Testing, testing. I think it should be good now. Fingers crossed. Hell yeah, okay. I'm glad that there was only one dumb little struggle with the new setup. There were actually two. I didn't realize that I had to I got a USB hub, and I didn't realize that there was like an actual on switch on it. And so I was doing all this stuff. I was like, man, everything's plugged in. Everything that has a charger is plugged in. Everything that has a USB thing is plugged in. Like, I don't understand why this. And then I accidentally hit the on button on the USB hub. So yeah, it was very, very impressive. It's extremely silly, but now it's working at least, so I'm happy. And I can have everything plugged in at once, but I have a Stream Deck. I had a Steam Deck back in the day too, but what I'm talking about is a Stream Deck, and I need to actually program it to change scenes, because I can do that now. Because there's enough plugs for everything I need to be plugged in all at once to be plugged in all at once. It's very exciting times. Alright. Where is the reference images that I was going to use? Things are working, and I forgot to, there's more reference images I was going to post. I've watched some cool movies. Do I want to do fire and smoke paintings? Or do I want to do, I think fire and smoke paintings might be better for speed paint practice, and then the ones from the movie might be better for like lighting study practice. That might take a little bit longer to do, possibly, because there's like complicated, the level of professionalism is rising exponentially. Yeah. The clothing fold ones that are screenshots from the movie with like reflections on the water and stuff, knowing myself, I will not be able to do that as a speed paint. So I think I'll probably do the Fire and Smoke feels topical. RIP Los Angeles. Yeah. So thankfully, my baby cousin and her partner were able to go back to their place, but the smoke there is so bad that they're like worried about long-term effects of like breathing and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm just giving the cats water. I just realized I forgot to before I started streaming. Firbert is being very patient and standing by his little water fountain. There we go. But yeah, so they're really nervous about like all the fumes from all these ancient houses, like lead paint and plastic fumes and all this stuff. Somebody was saying it's going to be like a 9/11-ish kind of impact, where not in terms of like dead bodies, but in terms of like anybody who was in the area and like first responders and stuff all got cancer because of the fumes and dust and stuff. They're talking about that happening to people in LA as well, which is kind of gnarly, and I hope my little cousins are okay. So for the smoke and fire pictures, here are some options that I think would be pretty or interesting to paint. Wait, did it not? What the heck? Oh, I guess I didn't tell it to finish pasting. My bad. There's this one. Or there's, let's see. Gosh, it's really a bummer how pretty natural disasters are, because there are a lot of options to potentially paint. I feel like the one of the sun over the city skyline is good, but I've seen a lot of other people do that one. This one looks pretty interesting and apocalyptic without, can I crop this? No. Oh, oops. Bitch, are you serious? What the hell? Why are the other... Why does that other one just not want to paste? Which one was it? It was this one. Okay. Hello? Okay, that was super weird. Nope, that's not it. What's the move button again? Oh, here we go. Sir and or ma'am. Give me the move button. There we go. So these, wait, let me select this and chop this out of here because we don't need all the rest. I do think that this is a very interesting one and I would like to do this one. I think it might be good for a speed paint too because there's areas of detail, but there's a lot of shifts of color that are important to pick up on without me having to hyper focus on like the detail of like a beautiful perfect cloud like I would normally definitely hyper focus on and spend a lot of time on. That one's too blurry. I'm gonna murder you. This could be a pretty one, but it doesn't really show the fire. It just looks like a pretty sunset. This is a good one. I might do this one. So far I'm leaning towards this one or the palm tree one. This one I would crop in and focus in a little bit so you could see like the sky. So it'd be more like, let's see, I think probably at least, whoa, what the fuck? That's not what I was trying to do. What the, what? Oh, that was weird. Okay, I don't understand how selection works in Rebelle apparently. So probably something more like that, I think would be cool. Maybe we'll do a couple different ones. This one's also very good. That one's boring. Some of these would be good for speed paint. Some of these have so much interesting stuff going on visually. Let's do a trio of speed paints tonight because I think that I can narrow this down to 3 that I want to do, but I don't think I can narrow it down to 1 that I want to do. We'll do 3. I think 3 is a good idea. That one's too much, that one's too much. That was meh. Okay, so we have 2 smoky ones. I should probably do one with more fire for practice. Is there one that has the rule of 3-bit decisions? Oh, listen, I'm gonna lean into it. It helps. It's, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I think this one, the palm tree one, I don't think this one's high res enough. I don't like that one so much. And that one's not as good. So maybe that one, that one, that one. There's no fire in any of these. Maybe it's okay. Maybe I don't need to have fire. Maybe this one can be the fire one. That's pretty. I do like that one. And I get to paint a little bit of the city glow along with the, yeah, I can see this one being cool. Okay, okay. So this is for sure one of them. This is, okay. Okay. We're gonna do a triptych. Okay, so this one, one, two, is this a good idea? 1, 2, and then this one on the bottom maybe? Yeah, and then I can arrange it like a gradient, and then these two will be like this. Because Although I do want to try painting one on the left, but I'll do that another time. Whatever. These will be the 3 ones that I'm going to paint. Okie dokie. I've got that figured out. Which one should I do first? Life is challenging. Let me put all these other ones in a box and layers. I don't have to look at them anymore. And I think I've framed these nicely. I think these are all good framing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh. I am a damn fool, and oh, no! Uh-oh. Fuck everything. Okay. I forgot Rebelle doesn't work like Photoshop, and anything you move off the sides of the canvas, I guess, disappears. Noted. Thumbelina! What are you doing? Hi. Don't claw on the walls. I do and I don't. I ended up sick on New Year's, so I didn't really do anything. I had a very contemplative New Year's, which was both good and bad. It was probably, I wanted to be more distracted than I was, but sometimes distracting yourself is like the weak thing to do. My New Year's resolutions are just more of the resolutions I had last year, to pursue my goals, accomplish all the things I want to accomplish. I think the only things I want to really reinforce are to trust myself more and trusting 3 different versions of trusting myself more. Trust myself more to actually make the big moves that I want to make. Trusting myself more when it comes to just life in general. And yeah. What about you? You don't resolve, not a schedule anyways. Yeah, like all my resolutions are kind of things that I tend to, during the solstices of the year, I tend to do like I try to kind of introspect about the last 6 months and then kind of figure out what went well and didn't go well, and figure out what I need to do to make more things go well and less things go poorly, or to just achieve more of the things, have more of the things I want to have in my life and have less of the things I don't want to have in my life. And so I did that on the winter solstice, and then that's basically just what I did for New Year's too, just less of like I don't tend to do the things that are like no alcohol for 1 month. I tend to just try to think about my year going forward and what I want it to look like, and do that way. You can't plan that far ahead. Yeah. Matthew, did you have any cool resolutions? All right. I think of these, I gotta take screenshots of these to turn them into reference images, because I am a dummy. I didn't think of doing that. I mean, your stuff is not lefty. Just get back down to like 10% body fat. I mean, that takes effort. That sounds intense. Have you set a time goal on that, or is that like a year, like for the year? Where the heck where did I get this image from? Oh, here we go, I found it. I also want to read more this year because you can feel social media making. Yeah! No, what's really interesting is it's taken AI for me, or fuck, how do I make this bigger? Open a browser. Is this gonna fuck everything up? Yes, sir. It's taken seeing how much AI and the kind of like you use it or lose it mentality, and seeing how fast people have become like incapable of doing certain things, to really get me to reduce my phone and like dopamine seeking kind of stuff. Like Something I've talked about before is distress tolerance, and how I feel like culturally we've made it so people don't have to feel distress very often. And like sometimes that's a good thing. Like you can if something bad happens, like they've shown that playing Tetris makes you less something like, it might not be 70%, but I think it's something like 70% less likely to develop PTSD after a traumatic event. Good evening. So happy to catch you before going to bed. Happy late New Year. Hey, happy late New Year to you too. So yeah, sometimes dopamine seeking, I don't think that's necessarily a good example of dopamine seeking, but there are certain things, silly little things like games can be valuable in a lot of ways, but distress tolerance is more important, and being able to sit with your own mind, I think, is more important. And I think I'm pretty decent about that already, but seeing how much AI use has impacted people's capacity to be able to like do anything makes me... Bro, what are you doing? Are you good? What was that about? That was awful silly. Makes me wonder how much better I'd be at functioning in daily life and being more in control of my own brain and kind of responses to things and how I respond to things if I limit that stuff more and actually like utilize distress tolerance more in my day-to-day life. But there is the opposite of that. The inverse of that is that, buddy, you're gonna be in so much trouble. The inverse... Dude, hey, not on my keyboard. Hey, we were sitting like this all earlier. You don't gotta be a jerk right now. Sorry, I'll finish the sentence. The inverse of that is we know that people have like a finite capacity for, what is it, decision making per day before you hit like decision fatigue. And I assume that there's probably a similar mechanism with distress tolerance. So I do think that there's probably a balance. You've reduced your personal AI usage to filtering. Did I try Kagi? I'm almost there already. I only made the body resolution because you were close already and want to hold yourself accountable. That's awesome. Although I say that, I had a bad cheat day yesterday and just put 2 pounds back on. But it was planned. It's fine. The link I sent. I've had a weird couple months. I haven't I basically haven't used my computer since the beginning of January, or since like the last time I streamed, because I got sick twice. I was sick leading up to Christmas, and then I got sick New Year's, and then was out for the count for a bit. And then now it sounds like I'm sick again, which is super cool, because I've been masking everywhere I go, and I don't understand why I'm sick again. So, I have not done anything with anything. Oh yeah, okay, the search engine thing, yes. No, I have not been on a computer to try that. But now, thank you for reminding me it exists, because I would have forgotten, because it's been so long since I've... But the good news is, I fixed my computer. Also, do y'all know what's crazy? In the past week, or the past 2 weeks, everything in my house has broken. Okay, to be fair, some of these things were already broken before. Wait, let me get this reference image up. And then let me set a timer. And then, come on, explorer.exe, what are you doing? Okay, here we go. Oh god, I opened 3 windows at once, Jesus. And then I'll rant about all the broken things in my house, because it's crazy. Wow, I have my first 2025 screenshots folder. That's crazy. Once you have your ideal computer setup, you'll have 2 extra monitors. Hell yeah. I'll just have to come look over the junk pile. Hell yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this image first. And we'll do a gradient of things. Like extra ones that you won't need. Yeah. I have, I'm really happy that it was just... I still don't know whether it was the cord or whether the, what's it called where you plug the thing into? Not the plug. The socket? The socket where you plug a thing into. Anyways, I'm also does this show up on screen? It does. I'm gonna do this one first. Oh god, why did it minimize Rebelle? Come back. Whoa. Why did it, what is happening? I minimized Rebelle, and then when I opened Rebelle, it closed the Twitch window. So many things! Port, yes. I don't know whether it was the port that was bad or the cord that was bad, but getting a DisplayPort one instead of an HDMI one made it so my monitor still works, which I am very happy about. What I need is I need a monitor arm for this, my little baby monitor. And then the big $400 one for the Wacom monitor, or the Cintiq. Okay, but now why? Okay, I remember last time I streamed, I set up a thing so you guys could see the reference image. Why is that not a thing anymore? That's very annoying. Did OBS crash before I did that? Is it this window? No. 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 Well, okay, I guess I'll add another capture window, I guess. Not display capture, window capture. Or, well, okay.
It's mealtime.
That's huge and unnecessary. Okay, alright, we'll just put this right over here. But this isn't gonna show Rebelle, this is gonna show well, oh, okay. Weird, I have to tell it to show it as Windows 10? Okay, I don't understand how my computer works sometimes, but whatever makes it happy, I guess. Now you guys can see the reference image I'm working from, and be able to see how it's progressing. You know what I should do? You know what would be smarter than having all this nonsense on the side? Can I automate some sort of rotating function so it rotates between 3 different windows or something? I don't know. You still have 2 fans for you. You just need to find the dang remote for the one, but they technically respond to the same remote. Awesome. Wait, no, I got an AC. Did I need fans? I got a small one that fits up here. Probably still could use, well, I don't know. I don't know if I need fans anymore, actually. HDMI and DisplayPort signals are kind of the same. Well, whatever happened, so what used to happen is whenever my mini fridge and all my PC stuff went into the same wall outlet, and whenever my mini fridge would kick on and do a cooling cycle, I guess, this monitor would flicker. And I knew that I needed to change things, but there had been other squeakier wheels for most of the year before addressing that. And then when I tried to stream last week, the monitor flickered on, then turned off and wouldn't turn back on again. And when I tried to use a different HDMI cord to plug it into the same HDMI port, that didn't work. But then when I got an HDMI to DisplayPort and plugged it in the DisplayPort, that time it worked. You do know automation is possible, but I couldn't tell you how to do it. Fans are always handy. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But yeah, if this could rotate between showing the preview of the reference and then the Rebelle preview, as long as it's fixed here, I'm happy for you. You don't want to take it to the screen with tech gibble gobble. Oh, I don't mind tech gibble gobble. And also, if I do need to, I should probably replace this right monitor at some point because its color is absolutely wacky compared to the rest. Where's the timer window for, okay, I'm gonna set a 30-minute timer. How do I clear it? 5 times 30, okay. need to take like note here. I'm gonna write notes on my phone to remind me to do this. Cause having a timer in here would also be good. Stream notes. I've also been working on to-do lists for every aspect of my life and how I want to improve all of them, and I've been crushing it so far, despite being sick. Hang on, let me write this down before I forget. Timer function for speed paints, rotating image between ref and preview. So while this computer, monitors with factory pre-configured color profiles are expensive. Yeah, but I want to do like more prints and things like that, so it seems like it would be an important thing to do. Okay. I need a pen, first of all. Okay. I'm gonna start the timer. We're gonna, wait, where's the window with the actual reference in it? There we go. Good grief. Okay. We're gonna go. Oh, now it's hidden behind the timer window. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're good. Everything's fine. Super duper chaotic. Why is this, why is it not drawing anything? Wait, where's the color selection? Oh, okay, it's up here. Why is it up here? Alright, we're off to a great start. Okay, it works. That's good. I'm gonna reset the timer. Here we go. Okay. Being a giant baby about it. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. So first, the fun life improvements that I'm making. For a long while, I need to turn the impasto down a little bit. That's too much pasta. I wish I could auto preset it to only level 3 impasto. Because I really truly never do more than that. Okay. But yeah, I spend like a stupid sum of money per month on storage for all my streams and old gaming videos and photos and videos with friends and stuff, and it's truly absurd. And I don't want to be spending that anymore. So I'm just going to take the most important ones and have those saved like digitally and preserved safely offsite, and then the rest are just going to, I'm converting my old PC into a little server, and I got it hooked up to my living room projector so I can see it and everything, and I can do all the setup and stuff. Pigment blending needs to be on. So I hooked it up, got that all set up. I don't know how to make it into a server, but I figure that's something I can puzzle my way through. And then I'll just back up all my stuff there. And not have to pay thousands of dollars to, I don't pay thousands of dollars. I pay more than I would like to pay. And I would like to not be paying that much. Okay, this looks like I've got some of the colors down. Sounds very Sophie's Choice about what's most important, but also probably fun to back through the memories. It really is, but like some of them I'm thinking of, so during the pandemic I made some friends on Rust, and we spent a lot of the pandemic gaming together, and it was really, really lovely. And I was going through a really rough time then, and sometimes after we would like game, I would go back and I would watch or listen to the videos to fall asleep at night, and it was just like really happy and peaceful and really nice during a time where things were really, really rough otherwise. And then later I ended up not being able to play with them anymore for a while, and so then it became a thing of like missing them and being able to like listen to and rewatch some of the videos of, there are like fun little silly clips and shenanigans But there are also ones that are just like, I don't know, like 8 hours of us playing a dumb game. And it was really lovely at the time. But I don't know how often I'm going to go back and look at things like that nowadays. But it might be cute to upload some of those onto like a private thing on YouTube or something like that, so that if people did want to check them out, they could. I've also had thoughts. That's cute as hell for sure. It became my own gaming podcast. Yeah. Well, 3 a.m. Good night, everybody. Good night, Ans. Yeah, and it's also that I had a friend from 1,000 years ago when I played WoW. I had a friend die of cancer, and like all the photos and videos of him that people had became so important. And I worry about like somebody else from our group dying one day, and like what might seem like a silly nonsense 8-hour video with like maybe 3 or 4 funny parts suddenly becomes like a really treasured and valued memory. And so, and I know that's like digital hoarder kind of thinking and fear-based thinking, but I don't know. It's already happened once, and I treasured those memories a lot, and I want to be able to make sure I have those again, you know? So I don't think it's too silly. You're a digital hoarder, you understand. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Also, how much time? Oh, it hasn't even been 5 minutes. I'm doing good this time, I think, ish. Like, relative to some other times I've done these. And it's somewhere in Freever hard drive. Doesn't hurt to put the Rust playthrough on YouTube at the very least. You're late, you're sorry. Oh no, how dare you. How very dare. It's okay, we are only 5 minutes into the speed painting. It took me a while to get everything set up, as usual. Not as usual, just largely because this is the first time I've streamed in a minute. Since the new year and since being sick and all that jazz. So you haven't missed out. You're good. I don't like all these little choppy bits on here though. This is really bothering me. I don't like that it's all blech, blech, blech. Gross. Doesn't need this choppy texture on it. You're a failure, you accept the punishment. Alright. Your punishment is you have to tell me if you had any New Year's resolutions. Because we were talking about those earlier. That's something you missed a little bit of, but not too much. Why is this so textural? I don't understand why before it wasn't being super chunky and textury, and now it is, and I hate it a little bit, but okay, whatever. I guess I'll survive. Put that up there, that's better. Oh my god, one of the cats did a stinky poop. Oh my god, I'm gonna die! Ugh. You don't have any, but you will get your ears pierced this year. That sounds like a resolution to me. I'm excited for you. Ear piercings are fun. I also want to get some more ear piercings. I'm slowly doing like the... It's funny because I'll have a lot of piercings in my ears, but it won't really look like they're super crazy pierced. I really want to have like subtle little constellations of a bunch of stars in one part of my ear, and then another little glowy subtle part in another part of my ear. And right now I have like a high up earring in this ear, but I don't have one that echoes on this side. And this is the side that always shows resolute declaration of intention for piercing, but don't get it twisted, not a resolution. Alright, my bad. But yeah, this is the side that shows on stream, so I feel like I always have cool earrings for this part, and y'all never get to see them, so I'll get one on this side and I'll be able to do it. Can't wait to have a cunt piercing and a cunt to pierce? Oh my goodness, ma'am. Oh my goodness. Fair, very fair. I won't be doing that. I'm just gonna stick with the ear piercings. Yeah. That will be solely for. I just realized that if somebody was just listening to this and not watching and seeing chat, then it would sound very much like I was going to do that. That's very funny. Okay, this sand looks pretty good, I think. You knew a girl who could not walk upstairs. Wait, what? Oh, Lord Almighty. That sounds not ideal. Stop. That sounds like a myth. Is that for real, for real? I know that there's a disorder you can get that makes it so you can't stop orgasming, but that's what she said? Oh my gosh. Well, damn, I feel like there's some people who would pay good money for that. What just happened? Why did GeForce Experience just pop a whole ass menu and now it's... I'm pausing my... I can't pause my recording. What is happening? Fuck off. Oh. Hello? I don't know what button I pressed to make that pop up, but it blocked off my whole monitor. That was hella rude. Good grief. Fuck GeForce. I'm salty. Hey, you don't need to fuck with that cord, man. Thumbelina. Thumbelina. That's... Don't fuck with cords. You know so much better than this now. Oh, have I saved this yet? No. Let's see. There we go. I do at least have it. Maybe a mild exaggeration. Technology is of the devil. We still see you. That's good. You mean it's a ways away. Something to look forward to. Yeah. And you're kind of anxious about piercings, so you be sure to be real careful and do lots of research beforehand. Yeah. I definitely would. I am confident in piercing my own ears. I would never pierce my anything else. Even certain parts of my ears I won't pierce. I mean, I'm confident in piercing like the fleshy lobe part and maybe some of the cartilage part. But there's so much that can go wrong with piercings. But it's very scary. Okay, there's that. There's that. It's a little bit darker. You tried to pierce your belly button once with an earring? It didn't work out! Oh no! Yeah, that seems... like just a straight earring, like a regular earring back, like the one... Was this like a high school experimentation thing? Because I definitely did some silly stuff like that on occasion. Not enough leverage and the earring was not sharp. It was one from a piercing gun. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's brutal. Okay, now I need some teals and fluffy whites. I'm gonna make this color. Darker teals. These are real dark skies and dark waters over here. What you guys chirping about over there? You guys causing problems? Who's causing problems over there? I'm gonna have to go and finesse this water a little bit more in a bit, but that'll be fine for now, I think. Need to add more dark to the dark part of the water, though, is what I need to do. There we go. Is there anyone have Gaza ceasefire on the 2025 bingo card? That happened? When did that happen? I feel like I have been out of the loop. You mean it probably won't hold? No, it did not. That's really cool, though. I hope it does hold. Even if however brief it is, that's pretty good. Okay, there's that. My eyes hurt. Realizing maybe it was ambitious to think I would do 3 speed paints on a night where I know that I'm getting sick. But we'll try it. We'll do our best. I'm so annoyed too, because like I had a lingering cough after I had my sore throat for like a whole nother week, and I've been feeling like I'm like back to myself again. And then last night I ended up with a fever and like feverish aches everywhere out of just fucking nowhere. It's very, very annoying. I'm mad about it. Get that color down there. There we go. Okay. This needs more. This here. That there. More. That down there. More that there. Maybe a little bit more here. There's a proposed one, but Israel is yet to ratify. It's also phased, so it's like, and they're looking to continue fighting after the 42 days outlined, and they've been ramping up their attacks since it was announced. Ugh. And also, yes, but the indications are that he is going to sign it. Like enough that everyone is scrambling to try and take credit for it. In any case, it's highly doubtful that this will be the permanent end of the genocide we were hoping for. But it's a pause period with a prisoner swap, and then they come back to the table after the pause period. Damn. Okay. Well, I hope that, yeah. I hope good things come from it and that less lives are lost for at least a brief period of time. It's crazy that last year or the year before, I didn't know enough about the situation, and I thought it was like a overly politicized and polarized kind of situation, but then like the more I learned about it, the more it's like, ooh, Jesus, this is pretty fucking grim and one-sided. Oh no, I'm doing the thing. I'm hyper-focusing on the water. Shit. Okay, alright. We'll finish these little flibberty gibbets and do a little bit more and then get back to the meat of the painting, shall we say. The plan itself was drafted by Biden people, but it was apparently a Trump appointee that got Bibi to agree to it. So there's a lot of justified. How do we feel, and what does this mean going on? That makes sense. Sounds pretty reasonable. All right, now we gotta do some really dark colors in here. Happy for ceasefire, skeptical for how long it will last. Yeah. Seems very reasonable to be skeptical about it. Oh my god, I just realized this whole area that I've been working on was off screen for you guys. I'm so sorry. I need to remember to bring it into the actual visible section. Good grief. My bad, y'all. There's trees here, something like that. Totally. Also, Israel always keeps filming people a couple weeks to months after ceasefire, so it's always rocky. That seems wild. How is that even a ceasefire then? Okay, I'm going to now do the big cloud. You're gonna say, why are there trees on the other side of what looks like an ocean? Then I realized what this was a picture of. Yeah. The reference is in the upper left. I'm trying doing that. I'm trying out doing that. Is that words? My god, I'm really bad at words today. Jesus Christ. I think that I'm like also just, I think maybe it's just because I've been sick, actually. That's probably why. I was gonna say, I feel like my brain has not been as reliable as I would like it to be. Like, I've made like 3 tweets with really, like, entire words missing in them. And I'm like, what the fuck? I usually, like, I think, like, when it comes to words and writing stuff down, like, I'm not like a writer, but I'm usually pretty confident in my ability to use words, but my goodness. Well, we're all getting older. Oh my god. I don't want it to be that. That sounds horrible. What color is this? Okay. Yeah. Maybe a little darker for there, but lighter up here. Darker down here. You also swear it's this chat room shit, like you type without fully paying attention now? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Brains are weird and strange and all that jazz. Okay, there's this. Dark color there. How much time is that? 8 minutes! Oh my god. Why do I always do this to myself? Life is so difficult. You blame never becoming. You used to be the type of motherfucker who typed with good grammar and punctuation. You blame never becoming accustomed to your mechanical keyboard, even though you've had it for years now. Typos, keyboard's fault. Broke your muscle memory. That's fair. I have a mechanical keyboard that my friend gave me a while back. That is just so freaking loud, and it's the one that I plugged into my my old PC in the living room that I'm going to use as the server that I was talking about. And it is very weird typing on that compared to my nice, normal, quiet, chill keyboard up here. It feels very smooth though. Like the keys are very, very, very smooth and lovely. But yeah, it's very noisy. It's pretty ridiculous. I need a more bluish saturated tone for some of this. Not more saturated and darker. A little bit lighter. A little bit bluer. There we go. Perfect. Okay, is this right? No, this needs to be a little bit lower, but that's okay. And this needs to be more kind of all here. Hi, Thumbelina, how are you doing, pretty girl? Pretty lady. Such a pretty fluffy lady. Okay, there's that, there's that, there's that. Now I need to get some of those yellows in there. Basically, I'll just take this and push it over to this color. Hey, what? What are you doing? Causing problems? Can you guys hear her when she like chirps back at me? Yes? Okay, good. I was gonna say, I don't want to be the only one who like gets to enjoy the little chirpy arguing. She's very chirpy. You heard something for sure. Yeah. It's very sweet. I love her quite a lot. Okay. We're just gonna buff and blend this. I need a darker tone in here for a couple spots. A little spot right there. And then I need a little bit of darker blue in there too, it looks like. Yeah, darker. Needs to be darker down here. Just a touch. And flowing into that. Need the darker red in that too. Okay. Oh man, I have 2 minutes left. Oh Lord. Why do I pick things that I think are really pretty and then give myself not enough time to spend on them? I do think I'm getting somewhat better at compartmentalizing the different parts of the painting and laying down flats and getting the impression of colors down first, but I still get trapped in these little parts where I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. I just need to work on this for a little bit. Oh, this is so nice. I just want to work on this color. My brain just likes colors too much. What can I say? Need more dark colors down in there. I can fix fix that in a second. This needs more dark reddish tones at the base of this. Maybe even actually some more dark tones too, actually. Yeah, need some dark tones there. And some dark tones here. And here. And here even. And I think I need to pull in one more shade of dark tones, actually. This needs to go there. This needs to go here. 55 seconds left. Yeah, I'm not finishing this in time, but I'm like almost done with it. You love when they talk back, yeah. Thumbs is an adorable little demon for how much she talks back. My favorite tiny little adorable monster. No, this needs to be more yellow, like that color. Yeah. Wow, I have good mental timing. How do I make it stop? Stop. We love our domesticated tigers, don't we, folks? Yes, very, very much so. But yeah, I looked up at the clock when there was 1 second left. Why is that not? That was weird. That didn't blend right. Oh, I was hitting the wrong number key. Had the wrong blend setting on. That scared you? Sent a darn chill down your spine? Want to know something interesting? I think that... I don't know when this is from, because before I adopted them, Delilah, Butter, and Nusha were in a warehouse, like, hoarding situation where there were, like, 100 cats and dogs, and they were, like, eating each other and stuff, and it was, like, really gnarly. And then after that, they got flown up to, that was in LA, and they got flown up to Northern California to be in a little foster place in Oakland. And I was watching this documentary the other day, and there was like a police interview, and during the police interview, this cop's phone kept going off, and it was like a very specific ringtone. And Delilah and Butter both were like actively scared. They like ran away and were like hiding and stuff. I like ended up having to put on headphones to finish watching the thing, because the first time it went off, I reassured them and I was like, damn, are you guys good? Like, what the heck? And then the second time it happened, I was like, okay, yeah, this is like, I'm not going to keep torturing my cats. And they were like not as reassured the second time it happened. It was crazy. So I don't know what, like, it was gnarly. Also, fire alarms. There was a movie that had a fire alarm in it, and Butter did not like that at all. But that might have been just because it was like a loud, aggressive noise. And the times that the fire alarm has gone off in my house, I have jumped up and ran around like a maniac. So that might be more of a, like, that makes sense as an association. But that ringtone one, I just never seen them respond and react like that. It was crazy. Poor little guys. I don't know what trauma they have around it, but it was clearly something. Yeah, well, and it's wild because that was over not a decade, but almost a decade. I've had them since 2017. So like 8 years, just about, I think. To have like that deep rooted and deep seated, like a immediate panic flashback. Ugh. It's wild how brains and bodies work like that. I'm sorry that they had to feel that. And wild that it took like 8 years of hanging out with me before they like ever heard that ringtone again. Granted, it was like a very old ringtone. So that makes sense. I need a darker color in here. What are you doing? Are you having so much fun? Here. Where's your toy? You don't have a toy around here, do you? Here's... Alright, ready? We're gonna throw her a toy. Ready? Oh, she's like right off camera. I'm so sorry. But she is playing. You guys can probably hear her squirfling around. Squirfling? Alright, we're coming up with new words. I do think that was a very accurate word for what she is doing, to be fair. She's a squirfly little lady. Is it ringtone of Jurassic Park 3 that all the damn Nextel phones had? I don't know. I will have to... I don't remember which one was in Jurassic Park 3. What's funny is the first association I had with it was like... It sounds like my uncle's screen tone, or somebody like... I recognized it from times that I spent when I was like in high school, kind of like working at my uncle's office when my mom was doing... helping him with some admin and accounting stuff, and I was learning the ropes of that too. It reminded me of that. It was like pretty old. Ooh, look at, God, I love this. This program is so good. The color blending is just so glorious and rich and lovely, and I just love it so much. Such a good app. Like if you think of a ringtone like a non-tech savvy kind of boomer would have had 10 years ago, that's, or 10 to 20 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, that is the ringtone that was on the documentary. So it means somebody these cats interacted with were like very, very not tech savvy and probably behind the times a little bit. This needs to be more like this. Like that. This needs to be like that. I've never drawn smoke clouds, I'm realizing, and it's interesting how much the yellow edges like make it clear, like, oh, this is definitely smoke, not normal happy clouds kind of thing. Like that's the definite defining factor there. It's weird. Oh, hi. Did you bring me a toy? Oh, you're so cute, little lady. You're so smart. Good job. Good job, pretty girl. All right, ready? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was a bad throw. You're right. That was a bad throw. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. She's so sweet and dumb. I threw it into the bathroom over here. So the way my room is here's this, and there's a door to a bathroom and then a stairway downstairs, and she just sprinted down the stairs as fast as she could after the toy that is in the bathroom. Poor dumb baby. She's so cute. Like, the way she sprinted off with just so much zest, she had to make a split-second decision. She did. Oh, poor baby. I think I hear her bringing up a different toy, so she's like, alright, I didn't find it, but I'm bringing something. Such a goober. Such a silly, goofy lady.
What do you have? Where'd it go? Oh, hi. Oh, my goodness. Where'd it go? Where is it? Oh, did you zap yourself on the keyboard? God bless you. Hi, come here. You gonna come over here? Hi. Can you guys see her? Are you gonna come over here? What's the plan? Oh. Here we go. Yeah.
Can you guys see her in the little top-down one? Little dumb baby.
Where are you going? You gonna sit there?
Ow, my arm is not really a stepping stone, but okay. That's my tablet pen. Thank you very much. You ever associated yellow edges with angry clouds, but you can see it? Yeah, definitely. I think that I need to like force myself to stop working on these clouds, because I think that, but they're not where I want them to be. They're not perfect. There's so many colors going on here. Okay, that's like definitionally not what a speed paint is supposed to be. There's like a lot of colors going on, and I'm not, they're like layered different than I would layer a normal cloud, and it's tripping my brain out a little bit, and it's not as good as a cloud as I normally would draw. And so I want to keep fussing with it. But I should probably... Oh, you found another toy. Good job. That one is actually yours. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Counterpoint, perfect, overrated, enemy of the good. Yes. This is very true. And it's quite literally what are you snorkeling about? Could you guys hear her?
You're making such silly noises.
You are. Are you so happy sitting there? The spot where this tablet, the Cintiq, normally lives, she's sitting there now and looks so pleased with herself and was just staring at me like, hi, I live here now. It's like, okay. You live here and knock things off there now, apparently is what you do. Rude. So rude. I think maybe what was missing was this color. Maybe a little bit of this color, possibly. Yes, I think that is what it was. Ma'am, don't you get into trouble. Don't be a brat. Alright, yeah, this is like a little bit more what I needed it to be. I think it's getting better. Where the heck did that dot of color come from? Oh, what the heck? I need to bring some of the yellows down from up above and bring them into this lower part also, I think is probably another thing that needs to happen. Whoa, okay, that's weird. Let's see. And I do think that also probably once I add the rest of the painting in, it'll look more like how it's supposed to look. Probably. Oh, that's neat. It looks like there's a tsunami because of how I drew ocean there. Thankfully, there's not a tsunami. Oop, 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 edit. No, I made it too up. Hang on. That's better. Okay, I'll fuss with the clouds more later. I'll get down these buildings and people and stuff first. Alright, so it looks like there's some... There's like a cool pier there. Oops, oops, oops. Have any of you guys played with Arduino stuff before? Am I saying that right? Arduino? Arduino? I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it. That's how it is in my head. Because I was cleaning out my basement and I found one, like a little kit that, a tiny bit, you fiddled with an LED strip. Okay. So I want to, right now I do have a functional way to leave town for up to 4 days and Ferbert will still be able to like have his meds, but it's a very clunky setup and I want to improve it. And I think I'm going to I'm going to get some like knockoff Connects, or like, apparently there are like Lego kits and Connects kits that come with like tie-ins that are like, oh hey, you can do some light like programming stuff with this. So I'm gonna get into that and try to make a better automated pill dispenser. I don't think that I would I don't think I would use it to go places for more than 4 days without having somebody check on him. But it would be nice to know that like if an emergency happened and I was like hours and hours away, that and like the person that I wanted to check on them couldn't get to them or something. It would be nice to have that functional. Because over the holidays I almost missed my train back home and it was like, well, shit. Can't do that. So I think I'm gonna do that. What is a good color for these buildings? Is this the right color? I think this is the right color. Sure. I hate drawing buildings. I did like a beautiful skyline illustration commission for a friend last year, and it was great and lovely when it at the end of it, but holy shit did I hate the process. Plus if it turns out it works really good, maybe that builds confidence to be able to take longer trips, etc. Yeah, I mean I would definitely still. So the good thing about how I've set everything up is the cats are pretty well automated. Like their litter boxes are good, like that means that I change it once a week and they're good a little over a week. And their automated feeders last. The thing that doesn't last more than a week for sure is water. But I could just solve that by getting another water fountain, honestly. So they're pretty easy. They're pretty easy to take care of. But and they do have each other, which is good. So they're definitely not as bereft as like cats that get left completely alone and have no socialization. They're always happy when I'm home, but they're not as like panicked as I remember my old cats being. Like, oh my god, thank god you're here. When like my mom and I would leave back in the day. Okay, this is looking more real now that I have like buildings in it. Maybe it just needed reference points, I guess, or something, maybe. Interesting. Okay. So I would probably still have somebody come check on them if I was going to be gone for more than 4 days. Just to be safe. But it would be nice to know that it was like a just to be safe, just to keep them social, just to make sure everything's running smoothly kind of thing, and not like a my cats will die if somebody doesn't come check on them kind of thing. This little pathway scooped out there a little bit better. I don't like drawing buildings. I would rather die. Here, actually, I think probably the better way to do this. Duh. Oh my gosh, so silly. Why did I do it the other way? Makes no sense. Just silliness. It needs to go like this. Oh. Woo. It's building-ish looking. All right, Pep, if you had to make a bet right now on is it TikTok getting banned? I excuse me, my throat's being. Let me drink some of my tea. I could honestly see it going either way, which bums me out. But it seems like it's such a profitable entity that it seems weird to let it go. I can't imagine that there's like not a different way they could configure things to continue to keep profiting and have like a propaganda machine. It feels like a game of chicken to me. And I'm wondering when somebody is going to flinch a little bit. Oh, there's some glow over these ones. That's interesting. That's scary. What do you think? Feels wild that you can make a successful company or whatever, and American could be like, can't be owned by Chinese guys or else I'll ban it. Also, although, to be fair, that is what China does, right? Yeah. It's been interesting to see what the various political sides are saying about this, because it feels very kind of like it's an overlap of two things where it's like, oh, the dang Chinese, and then also like, but people who make, like, if you, with hard work and grit and determination, like, you should be able to control your own company and nobody should take that away from you. And so it's very funny seeing kind of two polarizing sides of an argument being argued by various people. I feel like that didn't make much sense, but hopefully it was understandable. What I mean to say is I've seen lots of right-wing people kind of protecting our country from outside forces, and also in the same breath being like, but wait, capitalism needs to continue functioning and anybody who makes a business should be able to keep and control their business. Okay, this is looking pretty alright. have to draw more palm trees. Maybe I can just cut this painting off on this side and not do this part of it. No, it needs a little bit, I guess. Beliefs and worldviews. You feel like TikTok is not a security threat, really? IDK. That does seem like something dumb enough that it could happen. I do remember reading stuff about like if you're somebody who, or somebody adjacent to somebody powerful, apparently it can be kind of bad. Like wasn't there some like foreign dignitary that like they were able to pinpoint where they were because their daughter was on like some social media app and like tagged in on it or something, or like some soldier did. I remember that there was something where like somebody did something that revealed a location that was not supposed to be known at the time because of social media, and I remember there being like a bit of a hullabaloo about it. But that just seems like more like that should be a thing of operational security for the people who need to actually be worried about that, and not overall like, oh, all of America should be concerned. You know? Poor OPSEC has nothing to do with... Yeah, poor OPSEC has nothing to do with the platform being TikTok. That applies to any platform. Yes, exactly. Thank you for validating my point. So yeah, it seems completely reasonable to be like, hey, if you have a sensitive position within like government or a security position, maybe don't download TikTok. Or maybe like get it on a different phone and only ever use that phone in your house at home and not like at like your secret nuclear facility or whatever. That seems like that would be all that would be needed to kind of resolve that. But what do I know? I don't control government security, so it is funny the talking points about like security and how they're like stealing our data or whatever. Can somebody give me like what's the actual scary thing about that for your average person? Like, I don't think, like, my mom and I don't have any data worth that, like, that would impact things in any way if anyone were to have it. Is, like, what is the... I feel like it's more at risk of advertisers. I'm more annoyed that advertisers get all my info because then they use that to, like, target things at me and do predatory pricing and bullshit like that, than I am about, like, necessarily another country having that information. Like, if it was done on a basis of, like, hey, maybe calm down about what information companies can have about you, I'd be like, hell yeah. But it being a different country doesn't feel very threatening to me. It's a fairly pointless ban because removing TikTok will do nothing at all to improve security. China's state hacking apparatus has infiltrated numerous companies and offices of the U.S. government. They can get all the compromising information they want from lists hundreds. That's what I thought too. I feel like I've heard that a million times. To be honest, they should really be getting all these guys off social media in general. While I do not need to see tweets from the head of security committee about what a good job they did sending $50 bajillion to Israel. Yeah, for sure. Agreed. This is not my favorite painting. I feel like I need to work more on this, but I'm tired and don't want to. But I haven't streamed very long at all. I'll stream till 7:30 and maybe call it a day. I had some tea before I started. And then I made myself this second cup, and I'm nearing the end of this second cup, and I feel like my energy to participate is fading along with it a little bit. I do think that I need to pull the blue down a little bit and make it a little bit more gray over here. Yeah, it needs more of that. The threat to the average person is not really connected to the national security argument. It's just the same stuff that applies to any sort of data collection or social media manipulation from any platform. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I feel like all y'all been stealing my data for years anyways, so it doesn't seem to make much of a difference if China has it. And if the platform where China is stealing it is also a platform that like tons of people and artists use to make money, and y'all are trying to delete it, I'm just super not on board. Super not on board with it. Okay, this is a little bit better. I feel like that makes it a little bit better. No, it needs to be more, okay, what color is this? This needs to go a little bit lighter and more purpley, I think. That's a little bit better also. Okay, that improved things. I think the risk to us is that we aren't super sure about what data companies collect, and they can sell that data to whoever, so perhaps puts you more at risk of fraud, but like how much, IDK? We already live in techno dystopia anyways, so like what's the big threat? Honestly, I think a lot of anything our governments do in regard to China is just like an attempt to cope with the fact they didn't fall apart and we're becoming less able to push them around. Ads being put on lists, cops bypassing warrants and due process to buy your data without asking a judge, insurance companies changing your rates by buying information from data brokers, prosecutors in red states going after you for wrongthink or being near Planned Parenthood, foreign and domestic information ops poisoning the public discourse. Yeah, like some of the public discourse stuff, that's yeah, I don't love that, but that won't be resolved by this. Yeah. None of that is unique to TikTok, so the ban is pointless posturing. Oh right, also fraud and identity theft. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like we would be much better served by more blanket regulations on what kind of data advertisers can collect, but that'll never happen because advertisers pay for politicians. So it seems like we're just stuck with this. Yay. So cool. Dishonest was right. We live in a techno dystopia, so it just seems like it is what it is. This is looking better now-ish, right? Yes, the US needs a GDPR that basically forbids targeted ads and data collectors as a viable business model. You want to actually fix these sorts of problems, that's where you start. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, I seriously doubt that's gonna happen anytime soon. At least I don't know what would have to happen for that to be like how did that get passed in the UK? Oh, or was it more kind of like what we're trying to do to China right now, where they were like, hey, American companies, y'all are doing too much, knock it off? Because I was thinking, like, they have companies over there that give a shit about targeted ads and stuff too. How did they stand up to those people? But I remember it was more like, hey, it was, yeah. It's turning out real good, you think? Oh, yeah, thank you. I think we should just go to war with China instead, brother. This rights talk sounds like pinko nonsense. EU law starts with different base level assumptions about what counts as a human right. Privacy is actually an enshrined right. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Damn. Congratulations to them. Little light blue over here. Little light purple over here. I don't know what more I want to do on this. I like the upper left hand area of the clouds. I think what needs to happen is, I think I need to do some adjustments that are more broad and sweeping than I'm thinking. Yeah, that's better. Except I need to erase it a little bit, I think, over here, maybe? Yeah, that works. Sort of like how in the EU their food regulations are prove that this food additive is safe before we allow you to sell it, versus in the US it's prove that this is dangerous before we'll ban it. Oh my god! That's such an amazing, huge difference. Man, like, who the fuck cares about TikTok, man? My country's on fire. Yeah, highlights the main difference in mindset between Canada and the US too. Canada is more European like that. Wait, yeah! Oh man. Interesting. I can see how one is like much better for rapid innovating. But damn if that rapid innovation hasn't led to like so much cancer. Just so much cancer. Oh my god. Like all like the Roundup lawsuits, like just so many things like that. Let's do a soft light layer, and then let's get in here with this. Opt out versus opt in. Newsom wants to loosen environmental regs to hasten rebuilding. Like when you lived in California, they wouldn't do roads maintenance until someone literally died. Here in Canada, they do road maintenance so much that it annoys people. Don't worry, that'll change. Yeah, it is sometimes crazy to know that we live in a state where, like, we have, like, a higher... Aren't we, like, the sixth... Like, we have, like, the sixth largest economy in the world is California, and we can't make a high-speed rail, our roads are kind of bad, etc., etc. It seems a little suboptimal sometimes. I think that made a big difference, what I just did just now. Yeah. That made a big, big difference. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, I don't feel good. Just starting to feel icky again. I hate it. I'd like to die, please. Why is this not making the right color anymore? The Dayquil is wearing off. My fever pains are starting again. Truly, I will look forward to when it isn't flu season, and I'm just annoyed that I'm masked everywhere and I still get... So apparently you can get sick from your eyeballs, which I already knew, but I guess I avoided getting sick this way for so long. I was kind of like, it's probably fine. But yeah, no, it's not great. But they make these Carriganan, and I've had the nose drops already. A nose spray. There's a Carriganan nasal spray that I used that can keep you safe. And apparently they make eye drops that are like that now that make like a protective film over your eyes. So I guess I'm going to start using that regularly because fuck me, I just... Yeah. Tired of being sick. I know part of it was my own fault for traveling on a train during the holidays. Like that. Yeah, that's foolish. But it's just like it's just what I do to go visit Fresno. It's what I've always done. So, but I think it's worthwhile for me to look into plane tickets in the future instead, just because of being trapped in a box of recirculating air with a bunch of sick people for 3 hours seems, or for 4 hours versus like 1 hour. I mean, there's obviously clear benefits there. Bro, they were gonna make a high-speed rail too, then they listened to Elon instead. Yeah, that fucks me up so much. It makes me so mad. 5th largest economy? Cool. Yeah, because property tax, one of the major sources of income in the past, has been frozen since 1970, so California has had to find other ways to fund public works. No, they bungled the HSR all on their own. That project was terribly managed. No, didn't Elon say something about how he was gonna make like a hyperloop or something and diverted money to that? Something like that. But also, yeah, it makes sense. I don't know that much about it, to be fair. You're going off a meme image now. Eyeball shield. You're never getting to ride the CSHR. I voted for that boondoggle wall, went enormously over budget. Yeah. I forgot to put the little golden glow lights out on this little boat out here, and those are going to be kind of important. Wow, I just realized I never zoomed in or out on this painting, I don't think. Did I? Maybe I did earlier. Maybe I'm lying right now. I could be lying. I don't remember doing it. Be colorful. Oh, maybe that's because I'm in the way. There we go. Oh yeah, I guess I need to do some little doodly lights on a bunch of things actually. Whoops. Okay, I forgot an entire facet of this painting. My bad. Cool. I'll get this very good at this game. Oh, and the Ferris wheel. Duh. Oh my goodness. Good grief. Show me the vote in the state docket where they diverted money to Elon Musk for an idea. I thought it was that him like advertising that changed a bunch of people's opinions, and it changed how much support there was for it. I could be wrong though. I don't know. Shit like this is why I can't ever be mad about leaving America behind. It's just a cringe country. As soon as the dollar isn't as strong as it is, America will be a third world country. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot that's like fucked up and mismanaged, but I feel like in some places it is already kind of like a third world country because of how poorly things are run and allocated and distributed and things like that. Not quite obviously, but like a little bit. But I think it would take like a lot before we fell that hard. Honestly, deporting all the illegal immigrants could grind like all infrastructure and agriculture to a halt enough that might do it. That would be in my brain what would. That's the sort of thing that I think would cause it. Dollar's still as strong as it is, and America's still a developing nation. In some places it legitimately is according to the UN, yeah, but like mostly Appalachia. Yeah, if the world stops using the USD as a global reserve currency, things will get weird. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like one of those things where it's like, yeah, the US will collapse if that happens, but also if that happens, there are probably a lot of other problems that are happening too. Like, there's a lot of bad shit going on. Why can't I draw circles, guys? I'm bad at drawing circles. Alright, now this looks... What button did I hit? Whoops. Okay, yeah, this is a smoke-covered city. Oh my god, my body hurts. Ugh. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Mechanical keyboard's fault. America, the type of motherfucker to go to war one last time and try and drag everybody else with it before no longer becoming the polar power. I feel like Russia's trying to fuck around like that. Like, Russia's collapsing, so he's just being a dick. Anyways, this is this painting now. I feel nauseous and feverish, so I'm gonna go to bed. And try not to die, because I have so much shit to do. But the good news is, before I go, okay, I'm gonna say this isn't one of my resolutions this year, but it kind of is. It's that, I am going to clear enough stuff from the basement. I've already cleared enough stuff from the basement to start moving a bunch of stuff from my craft room over to there. And once I have enough space in my craft room, I'm debating whether I'm going to move my printing and shipping setup down there, because right now I moved it from the dining room table. I have like a wonderful, beautiful, clear dining room table again, instead of it being a project space. But now it's in the corner of my living room in kind of like a little office corner. But if I can move the printing and shipping area down to the craft room and still have room for a 3D printer, I'm going to buy myself a 3D printer this year maybe. But that's like 3 savings down the line. I got to finish getting the armature for this little dude. And then I got to rework the print setup. I did finish the living room rework to set up my old PC as a server though, and I'm very excited about that, and it looks good. What am I going to 3D print? All kinds of things. I come up with inventions in my head all the time for like little small things that I need around the house to like make something easier. Like making the auto pedal feeder, it would be to do some of the things that I have in my head. I could sculpt things out of like clay or resin, which is what I've done in the past, but being able to do precision kind of like measurements and tolerance, because clay shrinks, and usually when I do resin casts of something, I'll make a clay sculpture first, bake that, and then make a resin cast of that, and then reproduce from that object. But doing 3D printing would allow me to get really precise objects better than sculpting something out of clay can. And like finicky little overhangs, things like that are hard to cast in resin. And also I have a couple projects that I'm working on this year that it would be useful to be able to prototype a couple items that way rather than sculpting them. And be able to make mold casements to pour silicone mold into and stuff like that. Basically, it would enable me to do a lot of stuff that I already do in a more efficient and professional way. There's a lot of times I've needed a 3D printer, and not having one has been annoying. So, I think getting one would be really cool. It could be neat. But yeah, that's down the road somewhere. Hey man, can I just say thanks everyone for hanging out. Also good luck on resoluting towards a 3D printer, because that sounds fun. Yeah. Hell yeah, sorry it was a short stream tonight. I'll get back into the swing of things and hopefully stop getting sick. I'm not traveling anymore for the holidays, so hopefully that'll make things a little easier. Anyways, it's been great hanging out, y'all. I will, don't forget the good ventilation. Yes, that's a good point. I will be well soon. I'm gonna take it easy. I will talk to y'all soon. Where's my OBS window? How do I end this? My goodness. Okay, good night. I like the threat. Alright, I'll do my best. Bye.